My question to you is this, is when you're attempting to lead, how many people are actually listening to you and taking it to heart? Now, I know that's a difficult question to ask right out of the gate, but it's an important one because if you're a leader, if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur of some sort, and you have teams, you have visions, you have missions, you have visions of and dreams of things that you want to accomplish, and you know it's going to require a team to do it, and you want to make sure they have at least a portion of the energy and enthusiasm that you have for it. But the unfortunate fact, in my 35 years of training in over 40 countries around the world, I found that that's just not the case. Those of you that don't know me, my name is Blair Singer, best-selling author in the areas of sales development, team development, personal development. I've been a Rich Dad advisor for many years and friend of Robert Kiyosaki. And through all these experiences, what I've learned is that there's a gap. And the gap is between the vision and the idea and the fruition of that vision. And what's in between? How do you get it done? How do you get people other than you to get it done? Because being a leader, being a teacher and a leader are not tasks that are typically taught to anybody. That's why years ago, I created a program called the Master Facilitator Program to fill that gap. For trainers, it was how do you actually, besides learning how to have the charisma and the power and the vision and the message and how to sell, how do you actually create the learning experience that gets people to learn the skill and be motivated to implement it right away? For leaders, it was very similar. You got your dreams and your visions, but how do you get the people motivated on their own to take responsibility, step up without you having to be the dictator, the coercer, the negotiator, the charmer, dictator, whatever it is going to be, because we know that those techniques as a leader are fairly limited in their ability. Okay. So that's why I created the Master Facilitator Program to fill the gap. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about it, what it's about, because what it's about is about finding the brilliance in other people and pulling it from them. Let me say that again. It's about pulling the brilliance from people, allowing them to discover and step forward with it rather than you lecturing them, telling them about it, and forcing them to do it. It's a 180-degree shift from what we're taught and how to lead and how to teach. I'll say this as well, is that the reason I created it is because our mission is to create the best teachers, leaders, and facilitators in the world that basically change the world that we live in. And that's a very big passion of mine. That's why we created this program, because there was no program out there that really taught the guts of how to do it. I mean, if you happen to have some unique skill and you happen into it, that's great. But we know that 85 to 90% of most business owners and leaders have no clue about how to do this. So let's dissect this for a second. Facilitation. That comes from the French word facile, which means to make things easy. Make things easy. Think about that. We want to make it easy for people to be able to be their best and to step forward. Okay. So I work with organizations like all the L'Oreal brands, Singapore Airlines, IBM, and thousands of entrepreneurs in over 40 countries around the world. And so the idea of teaching them teaching you how to pull the brilliance from them through asking the right questions at the right time in the right way is how you get this to happen. What happens then? Well, personal responsibility jumps up. People start to take ownership of a process. Why? Because it's now their idea. It's not your idea. It's their idea. Okay. Although it was your idea. Okay. You get them to decide that they want to be the best. They're motivated by their own intrinsic values, not extrinsically by you. Okay. Or by outside sources. Okay. See, teachers have to be leaders and leaders have to be teachers. And the reason for that is that in both positions, you got to lead, and in both positions, you got to teach. But in all cases, nobody teaches that at all. Okay. So you learn how to create an environment, create a context step by step in a very simple way, so that it makes it safe for people, for this process to take place, so that it makes it easy for you to ask the right questions, makes it easy for them to make mistakes and to learn from them quickly. You'll learn how to deal with pushback when people don't want to move, when they don't want to change, when they say they want to change, they don't want to change. You'll learn how to deal with that and how to resolve that very simply and very easily. Again, through asking the right questions. You're going to learn basically how to get people to step up, take responsibility, move on with the task because they want to do it, because it makes them to feel better about who they are. And you know what? You're going to change some lives in the process if you're okay with that. Change some lives in the process. Look, business is like a school, and every day there are lessons. The problem is there's nobody teaching and pulling the lessons. The Master Facilitator Program teaches you how to spot the lesson, pull it from the group, rather than telling them what to do and how to do it. Now, when you do that, when you learn how to do that, and you learn how to ask the right questions at the right time in the right scenarios, what happens? Okay, productivity goes up immediately. Why? Because they're personally motivated. Your teams take accountability on their own without you having to force it in such a big way. Their energy increases, their effort increases, their enthusiasm goes up. Now, if you can imagine a team that's got that going on, now all of a sudden you see that the distance between you and the dream, you and the goal, is not so difficult. It becomes a joy. It's not going to be not necessarily simple, because people are not simple, but it'll be fun. It'll be something that you'll be able to do, and you'll enjoy the process. So if you want to learn how to do that, come to the Master Facilitator Program. Let one of our trainers show you exactly how to do it. They've been through years and years of training in this. I personally trained them, and allow yourself to learn the lessons of being a great teacher and a leader, or a great leader and a teacher, because in both cases, your job is to facilitate the best in other people so that you can get your dreams and they can become the people they want to become. Okay. So if you have any questions, contact us. Happy to help you out, but look forward to seeing you at the next Master Facilitator Program, where you can make dreams really come true. Be awesome.